I swear to God, people, I am like 2 steps away from just airing Lost and Found in full, with me rant narrating over the top of it at this point. And don't actually ask me to do that, because I don't think that's a legal use of this footage. Hello, I'm Bob West, and today we are taking a stab at part 12 of this 16-part series. Getting towards the end here, today covers the events of Season 13 and all that entails. This season is rough, and I'm not here to talk about the season on a whole. There will be time for that later. I'm just focusing on these two. Of course, last season ended with Cass dying tragically and Dean just sinking to his knees and ignoring Jack coming into this world. And this season picks up in the exact same spot. It takes Dean a good minute before he follows Sam inside and, in a fit of anger, tries to shoot Jack on sight, which goes about as well as you'd expect. Also, oof, that reawoke some latent trauma. After, I'm assuming, it's Dean who pulls Cass's body inside, they head out after Jack. Dean can't even say his name in the car.
Can we just talk about what happened back there?
Sure, which part? Let's see, Crowley's dead, Kelly's dead, Cass is... Mom's gone, and apparently the devil's kid hit puberty in 30 seconds flat. Oh, and almost killed us.
Yeah, because you tried to shoot him.
I tried to shoot the monster, Sam. It's kind of what we do.
What about Cass? Is he really dead?
You know he is.
Dean isn't much for praying, he certainly isn't one for begging, but he tries to get God back to save his family and takes it out on a door when it doesn't work.
Why are you here?
We want the golden ticket. Lucifer 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Why?
Because Bieber in there, he can do almost anything.
Anything?
Oh, sweet. Almost anything. Castiel, he's dead. All the way dead. Because of you.
Sam tries to reason with Dean and is surprised at his admission that he prayed to God, and then Dean goes inside to get Cass ready for the pyre. Cass's death following the progression of last season is fucking heartbreaking. Dean's emotions are too volatile to even consider anything good in Jack for a while. The loss is just too raw. He only sees the person who got Cass and his mom killed.
As a kid, you go dark side yet?
Nope. He's pretty messed up, though.
You telling me?
No, Dean, he's messed up because of you. Dean, you said you'd kill him.
It wasn't exactly like that.
Then how exactly was it?
I told him the truth. See, you think you can use this freak, but I know how this ends, and it ends bad.
I didn't.
What?
I didn't end bad. When I was the freak. When I was drinking demon blood.
Come on, man, that's totally different.
Was it? Because you could have put a bullet in me. Dad told you to put a bullet in me, but you didn't. You saved me. So help me save him.
You deserve to be saved. He doesn't.
Yes, he does, Dean. Of course he does.
Look, I know you think that you can use him as some sort of an interdimensional can opener, and that's fine. But don't act like you care about him, because you only care about what he can do for you. So if you want to pretend, that's fine. But me, I can hardly look at the kid. Because when I do, all I see is everybody we've lost.
Mom chose to take that shot at Lucifer. That is not on Jack.
And what about Cass?
What about Cass?
He manipulated him. He made him promises, said paradise on earth. And Cass bought it. And you know what that got him? It got him dead. Now you might be able to forget about that, but I can't.
These first few episodes is just watching Dean lose faith in life and living. Going back for a second, the empty taunts the shit out of Cass, trying to get him to agree to sleep again or agree that there is nothing back for him on Earth.
Send me back. It's not part of the deal. No. Besides, you don't want to go back.
Yes, I do. Sam and Dean need me.
Oh, save it. I have tiptoed through all your little tulips. Your memories, your little feelings, yes. I know what you hate. I know who you love, what you fear. There is nothing for you back there. No.
And failing that, it ejects him from the void. Meanwhile, Dean is very rapidly losing his fight. Despite Sam's best entirely misguided efforts to cheer him up, it's not happening. Also, Sam is literally me trying to cheer up anyone. Oh, your mother and boyfriend died all at once? Would you perchance like to turn the radio up a smidge? Then, if you'd like this evening, we may partake in a local strip establishment. You like that sort of thing, yes? Right? When the case goes south, it's just sort of the straw that breaks the camel's back, and Dean finally gives up and gives in.
You've changed. When you bargained with me just now, you could have asked to go back, to live.
Well, I figure with you in charge, there's no getting back from me.
That doesn't sound like the Dean Winchester I know and love. The man who's been dead so many times, but it never seemed to stick. Maybe you're not that guy anymore. The guy who saves the world. The guy who always thinks he'll win, no matter what. You have changed. And you tell people it's not a big deal. You tell people you'll work through it, but you know you won't. You can't. And that scares the hell out of you. Or am I wrong?
What do you want me to say? Doesn't matter. I don't matter.
Don't you?
I couldn't save Mom. I couldn't save Cass. I can't even save a scared little kid. Sam keeps trying to fix it, but I just keep dragging him down. So I'm not gonna beg. Okay, if it's my time, it's my time.
You really believe that? You want to die.
This is the closest to suicidal Dean has ever been, even more than when he was about to give in to being Michael's meat suit. He quite literally, in the face of death herself, chooses not to return to life. And these feelings are instantly reversed when Cass returns.
Cass, is that really you? No. You're dead.
Yeah, I was. But then I annoyed an ancient cosmic being so much that he sent me back.
I don't even know what to say. I do. Welcome home, pal.
How long was I gone?
Too damn long.
The waver in Dean's voice. Dean is so happy, like a light switch day and night from 12 hours ago when he literally stopped his own heart and tried to keep it that way. Let's take a quick pause to talk about this, and this season. I believe the market research we talked about last week came to a head here, most likely. This, of course, coming with several caveats. One being that I'm not actually in market research, so my assumptions of how these things are used are based off of what I know from some friends who write for network television and their experiences with market research, so it is secondhand knowledge. I would be interested in hearing from y'all if you know someone who actually conducts or directly uses these studies, and I intend to ask my friends kind of how market research influences their work. It's also still conjecture. We cannot 100% verify what was being said in those meetings. We only have participants' accounts of these events due to non-disclosure agreements. There's also the small nefarious chance that the market research was being done to check if they were accidentally giving off gay vibes in an attempt to make sure they stop. I personally feel that's very unlikely. But if it went down more or less how I believe it did, I think this episode was sort of the yes or no option. If research had turned up an overwhelming go for it, or whatever other factors were involved with decision-making worked, then they could have had the scene be much more touching, and if it had kicked back no, then it could be much more muted, as we see here. In my opinion, even if they wanted to step back from the edge in terms of gay vibes, it was so muted that it was sort of stiff. Dean straight cried while burning Cass's body. He wanted to die yesterday. He seems a little underwhelmed here. The movement choices, the emotions coming from Jensen are still prime, but I feel like it could have been much more emotional even without being gay, but that's just me. I did still like the scene. Anyway. Then they fall back into old patterns so easily, Cass playing the put-upon witness to Dean's passions, Dean getting to be the excited kid in a candy shop. Sam notices Dean's incredible mood shift, knowing full well why.
You're in a good mood, huh?
Yeah, and?
Nothing. No, I just, you've been having a rough go, so it's good to see you smile.
Well, I said I needed a big win. We got Cass back. That's a pretty damn big win.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And there's nothing about this scene that I don't love, from Sam's whatever expressions to Cass's exasperation to Jack's surprise. Perfect.
I told you, he's an angry sleeper. Like a bear.
Cass may pretend he's annoyed, but it's clear he's happy to be back with him.
All right, listen, these Dodge City cops aren't likely to trust big city folks, so we're gonna have to blend.
Which is why you're making me wear this absurd hat.
That's not that bad. Actually, yeah, it kinda is. Hang on. All right, that's better.
Is it?
Yeah. Look, just act like you're from Tombstone, okay?
The city?
The movie. With Kurt Russell, I made you watch it.
Yeah. The one with guns and tuberculosis. I'm your Huckleberry.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's good to have you back, Cass. All right, follow my lead. We'll fit right in.
This episode is such a fucking masterpiece. I can't handle how much I love it. The juxtaposition from the last episode just sells it. Though I pretty much love all of Davy Perez's episodes. I feel like I've had no meaningful commentary this video so far. Just a slideshow of clips, but honestly, they needed showing. After this, the show makes a hard left on character interactions between these two. Seriously. Next episode, Cass runs into Lucifer. He tries to warn Dean, but Lucifer takes his phone, setting alarm bells off in Dean's head. He hears Cass be weird and heads off running after him. Asmodeus has already taken him, though, and starts the misdirect. It's noteworthy that almost every mention of Cass for the next few episodes has Dean asking Sam, and Sam saying he talked to Cass. Probably by design, since it's way more likely that Dean would be able to figure out it wasn't actually Cass. Oh yeah, and...
Did they get to 5th base?
There's no such thing as 5th base.
Hun. Babes. Darling. Once Cass escapes and comes back to them, Dean is properly sorry that he didn't know Asmodeus was the one talking to them on the phone. Cass, of course, is dismissive of the apology.
It's a long shot at best.
No, well, most of what we do are long shots. You get used to it. Yes, I'm sorry. All that time you were with Asmodeus, we should have known it wasn't you.
Well, he's a shapeshifter. Besides, I was the one who got myself captured.
Yeah, but if Sam and I knew, we would have...
Yeah, I know. You would have tried another long shot. I'm fine, Dean.
You sure about that?
They're all a little distracted by Lucifer and other nonsense for a while, but while they're about to go get jerked around and screwed by Donatello, Dean tries to check in with Cass, and in a role reversal, Cass actually opens up with his doubts and fears to Dean.
You ready?
Yeah.
How are you holding up, Cass?
I'm fine.
I just mean what, everything you've been through, and I know you really want to find Lucifer.
No, it's not that. It's about... Well, it is that, but it's also Dean, I was dead.
Temporarily.
And I have to believe that I was brought back for a reason.
You were. Okay, Jack brought you back because we needed you back.
Right. And how have I repaid him? I promised his mother that I would protect him, but now he's trapped in that place while Lucifer is here, he's getting stronger, more powerful by the day. And if Michael really is coming, maybe I was brought back to help prepare.
Prepare for what?
War. War is what Michael does.
Well, then we do what we do. Whatever it takes.
And then, while they're about to fight, they have a couple of good humor moments.
E-V-G.
Oh, Nokyun's kind of tough. Maybe you got a word wrong.
I don't get words wrong. I told you. This is serious.
Yeah, no, I know. But they're wearing loincloths.
Dean.
Aha, shalom, shalom. C'est so devar. The berbe. Hali kakayesh.
What now?
They're arguing.
If you ask them where they got their loincloths.
Dean.
Donatello, of course, makes a huge mistake, twice in a row, actually. Word to the wise, do not touch Dean if you do not want Cass to rain holy hellfire down upon you.
Donatello, listen. Dean? Dean?
Hey, hey, hey.
I'm okay. I'm okay. What are you gonna do?
I am going to do something that I promised I would never do to a human being without their permission. I'm gonna strip the spell from your mind.
You can't. I've absorbed too much power. You'll fry us both.
I might.
Are they at interest?
I'm sorry, but I'm not going to let you or anyone hurt the people I love. Not again.
And despite being somewhat horrified at Cass turning Donatello into a vegetable, Dean does understand. And now for something completely different. First off, I've said it before, I owned that exact jukebox. It weighs a metric shit ton. If Dean got it down all those steps without Sam knowing, you know he made Cass help, and that's super sweet. This episode on a whole is pretty case-focused, but it's funny to watch them all do their thing.
Not today, freak.
Cass?
Killer stuffed dinosaur?
Oh, I didn't mean a real.
It's a book we're writing. Yeah, about killer stuffed dinosaurs. It's called
The Killer Stuffed Dinosaur in Love.
We have to stop this ghost!
We almost did! Dean had him by the thigh!
You what?
I almost caught him. That's the point.
Afterwards, Dean hops into Apocalypse World while Cass is out, and Cass is understandably frustrated. And after that, Cass stands by through Dean's anger. In the next episode, he suggests that he go to heaven for help finding Gabriel to possibly convince him or strong-arm him into using his grace for the portal. Dean is not having it, too worried that the angels will kill him instead. He finally relents, but he makes Cass promise to be careful and specifically not die, which for once goes well. On to the two-part Apocalypse Adventure episodes. I like that in Sam's dream, Cass and Dean have a good lighthearted rapport. Of course, on the other side of the rift, things go back to going poorly. When Sam is killed by feral vampires, Cass is the one who has to hold Dean back and drag him off. Cass is the one who has to break that news to Dean, and it's a tense and terrible moment. We don't get any other meaningful time between the two of them after that until they're on a family hunting trip back on Earth. I do love the Jack and his three dads dynamic. They're such a good family. I wish we saw more of it in the show. Then, of course, Dean dreaming of retirement. If you've seen my review on the finale, you know how I wanted this scene to tie into the heaven portion of the finale.
Hey, you remember when you asked if we could stop it? All the evil in the world.
Yeah.
If we could really change things. Well, maybe with Jack we can.
Maybe you're right. But then what will we do?
Yeah. This. A whole lot of this. But on a beach somewhere, you know? You imagine? You, me, Cass, toes in the sand, a couple of them little umbrella drinks, matching Hawaiian shirts, obviously.
But then the only scenes we get of them together after that is Dean agreeing to be Michael's vessel and Cass begging him not to.
What if you had your sword?
Dean, no.
I am your sword.
It's you. You're the Michael sword.
Your perfect vessel.
Why do you think you two are the vessels, Michael
And Lucifer.
You were born to this, boys.
With me, you'd be stronger than you've ever been.
Oh, I know what you are.
If we work together, can we beat Lucifer?
Dean,
Can we?
we'd have a chance. Dean.
You can't. Lucifer has Sam. He has Jack. Cass, I don't have a choice. If we do this, it's a one-time deal. I'm in charge. You're the engine, but I'm behind the wheel. Understand?
And then we close on Cass's despairing expression as he sits alone in the bunker after Dean has left. I do think it's incredibly meaningful that the last character we see before we cut directly to Dean being warned by Michael is that long shot on Cass. Let's not talk about the plot of this season, nor the finale fight itself. I have another video coming out for that. Looking solely at these two, they had quite an interesting progression. The front half of this season was loaded with goodies, and the second half was pretty sparse. This season definitely cooled off and pumped the brakes after last season's build-up. It left me disappointed in more ways than one. It was weird, too, because the start of the season, up through Tombstone, they really seemed to try to build on their dynamic, only to cut it short. But I imagine the producers got nervous after whatever market research turned up and decided to back off quickly. But alas, next week we'll be diving right into Season 14. Y'all already know you should check out my Ko-fi page. I will keep posting random stills and other nonsense on there. Right now I'm using the money to cover the costs for some cool FX videos for you guys, and you guys know that you can email me at bobertwest@gmail.com. I love getting emails. And as always, I ask that y'all like and subscribe. I'll see you next week.